Hello and welcome to another edition of Talkin' Business. I'm Joey Trombley. On the camera is Calvin Castine himself, the founding father of Hometown Cable. Today is April 1st, April Fool's Day, here in 2014, and our travels have taken us to the Sanger Road in West Shazy, and we're here at Bechard's Maple Syrup, and we'll be talking to Marvin Bechard, who has been doing this for a while. We'll get into his head and get into the depths of what is involved here in the maple sugaring business here, making maple syrup. And he has quite an operation here, and it'll be very interesting to talk to Marvin. But it's kind of a sunny day today, as if you can tell, and it's in the mid-30s, so I think spring, even though on the calendar says it's here, it hasn't been here in the North Country yet, but I think there's hints of it showing up here very shortly. So we're going to go inside, talk to Marvin. He'll take us around his operation, and we hope you enjoy today's show. Well, we've made it inside, and I have the proprietor himself, Marvin Bechard, from Champlain. Grew up in Champlain, yeah. And of course we knew each other as kids. Mm-hmm. And then here we are, what now, 40 years later?
Oh, yeah.
And we're now talking business. And Marvin, your interest in the maple business, maple sugar and maple syrup business, where'd that come from?
I just wanted to do it.
Okay. And you have a lot of land here, right?
No, there's 2.5 acres.
Okay.
We rent most of the sugar bushes.
Oh, you do? Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Are they land bordering your property here?
No. They're in Moores. We have one in Moores and two in Champlain.
Okay. And what year did you start doing the sugar business here?
We were going to start in 1998, and of course the ice storm.
Right.
And we started in 99.
So you've been doing it that long?
Yes.
Okay. So you've obviously, what was that come out to be at 16 years? That you've been doing this?
Years,
15
yeah.
years? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and have you seen a growth every year with your business?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I know this year is kind of unique, is because of the weather.
Right.
I mean, this is not normal for your type of business. No. The trees aren't running right now.
They started yesterday a little bit, and then with this week they'll run.
Okay, so you think it'll be a clear run right through now?
I'm hoping. Keep my fingers
now,
crossed.
because it's so late in the season with the trees running, how long of a season do you have? Are you guesstimating?
I'm thinking maybe a couple weeks or so.
That's
maybe,
it.
Yeah.
So if you get
2
to
to
May,
3 weeks.
you get to May, it's over with.
Yeah, I've never seen it there.
Okay.
So.
All right. Now, I know there were some charts that Calvin we were looking at earlier, kind of showing the normal season. Usually the trees start running in late February.
Right.
And that it started out that way?
It did, yeah.
Okay. For about
a
how
little
long?
bit, just a run or two.
That was it?
That was it.
And then you've lost it up to this point?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you basically lost all of March?
Pretty well, yeah.
Now, obviously that's going to have an effect on the quantity of syrup that you produce this year?
It is to a certain point, because the sugar content this year is really high, which is a good thing, so it takes less sap to make a gallon.
Okay. So kind of run the folks through the process from running to the trees, the steps where you go from there to here to you got bottled product.
Well, of course, we go out and pick up the sap in the sugar bushes, then we bring it back, then we put it through the reverse osmosis machine, which takes 75% of your water out.
Okay.
Which, helps you on boiling
Now the
time.
reverse osmosis machine is...
It's in there.
It's in there,
Yeah,
okay.
you can go and see that.
Okay. And then from there, what happens?
Then it goes into this tank on top, then goes through the evaporator, of course, comes in through a preheater, which heats it up to about 120 degrees before it goes into the rear pan of the evaporator.
Okay. Now, I notice up on the wall, up here by the window, you have different samples of syrup. Mm-hmm. Can you kind of explain to the folks what that's all about?
That's what we did late February, the beginning on the left, up to today.
Okay. So every time you do a batch, you got to take a sample, is that
right,
it?
every time we barrel something.
Okay, now what's the purpose of that?
So we know what it was at that time.
Okay.
And if it's in the barrel, we know if we need a barrel, dark, we go get it.
Okay. Now, have you done anything special to make it dark or light, or that's just nature taking its course?
Nature, yeah.
Okay. And over the course of a season, do you have more dark syrup, or is there more light syrup that is produced?
It matters, really. It can be, I've seen one year almost all light.
Okay.
So.
Is there a rhyme or reason for that?
I've been told the wind does a lot on the darkness.
Okay.
Because of the windy.
Mm-hmm.
It's more stress on the trees. I've been told that by other producers. So.
Okay. And then people's taste is pretty much a preference, whether they like the light or dark?
Right.
Do you notice a difference of the two?
Yes, I do. The light is, it's got the maple taste and all, but it's not a strong taste.
Okay.
And when you get into the medium, it's a little stronger, dark, a little stronger, and into the B grade, a little stronger.
Okay, and then your market, obviously you sell locally here.
Yes.
Now, do you have a lot of foot traffic coming here for your syrup, or is it more that you distribute out to other?
More on Maple weekend.
Well, that
Weekends.
just happened,
Yeah,
right?
we just went the last 2 weekends.
And how was that?
It was good. Of course, Sunday with the snow, that stopped the
Yeah,
people.
right.
But it was, overall, it was good.
Oh, so you were pleased with that?
Yes.
Okay,
And we're in a couple of stores, Borderview and Shazy Market and
Right.
Beeline up in Ellenburg.
right, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
all right. And then, now, do you also ship your product
Yeah,
out?
we ship anywheres.
You
Yeah.
do, okay. And do you have a website that promotes your product?
Yes. Well, don't
So-
ask me the address.
So, no, actually the address.
I'll give
So-
you a card.
Now, is it safe to say, or is it, you can answer this whether you want to or not, can you say how many gallons a year that you produce?
Last year we did almost 1,100 gallons.
Okay, is that a normal year?
That was, yep, that was, we should have maybe did a little more, but that
Okay.
was, we're happy with it.
Okay. So, and then, how long did it take you to get to this point? I know you started in 98, but it didn't look like this back in,
No.
or 99, I should say.
No, we were in the old sugar house, which is a picture of it right up there on the wall.
Okay, Calvin's gonna get the camera
Yeah.
on that.
That's where we started down there. We only had 300 taps at the time.
Now, where was that sugar house?
It's right outdoors here.
Right in the back?
In the
here?
back, yeah.
Okay.
So that's where we started, with a little 18 by 63 evaporator.
No kidding?
Yeah.
Okay.
Burnt wood.
And then as you progress, now from there, where did you progress to get to this point? Or how long were you in that building?
I was in there till 2006.
Okay.
Then we moved up here because we're doing more.
To this
We had more
building here.
taps, right.
So this building is like a 2007 building?
No, the original part is the 16 by 16 barn at one time.
Okay.
Then we added on this section. Then this new section last year, the whole length of the building. The RO room,
That's where
sitting
the
area.
evaporator is?
No, the evaporator's right
Or
here.
what's over
The
there?
RO.
Okay.
Reverse osmosis machine.
All right.
And then we got a kitchen too on the end.
Okay, and then as far as acquiring the land to rent for your taps, when did you start doing that to grow?
Oh, geez. Back in 2004, I think I started.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many acres are you tapping now?
Maybe about 100 acres.
Okay.
somewhere
Now, on a
there.
typical, give the folks a typical day for Marvin Bechard during the maple syrup season.
And
Well, I mean, you get up and then,
I
and
get
then,
up at 5 and
and then, I mean, are you heading off to the woods to?
yeah, go check vacuum pumps, make sure everything's working well. Of course,
Okay.
you want to wait till it starts on top, but I still go out and check everything.
Okay,
And if your vacuum's down, you need to run in the woods and find your leaks.
okay.
'Cause-
And you're picking up every day?
yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
So you pick up and then you come here and then your
We-
day takes off here
right.
and then.
I
so
have
what's-
help
What's a typical
picking
day in
up
here?
sap and all that too, thank God.
You doing what?
I said I do have help picking up sap and
Okay.
that, so that helps.
All right. And then what's your
Family,
typical
friends.
day here?
Typical day, when it's really going, is about a 20-hour day
Really?
for me, because I need to run after the sap, then I boil for 8-9 hours after,
Mm-hmm.
and by the time you clean up, about 20 hours a day.
So when the day's done, everything is cleaned up for the
Mhm.
next day?
Yeah.
All right, so it's quite an operation
Yeah.
then.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's also a labor of love then?
Oh, yes. Yeah, if you think you're going to get paid back in your labor, nah. Just, you enjoy it.
Yeah, it's something
It's a
you
lot of
enjoy
fun.
doing.
Yeah.
And are you still doing the construction business too?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So that kind
I-
of takes a back seat?
I take it off during maple,
Okay,
yeah.
all right,
There's just no way.
yeah.
There's only so many hours in a
Well,
day.
that's what I was going to say, how do you manage to do all
Yeah,
that?
get tired. so.
Yeah, I guess you do. Now, right now, what is the current pricing right now here for this year?
It's got a list somewhere.
Oh, yeah, there's something
Around
right,
$42 a gallon.
okay,
Half gallons are 25. Quarts are 14. Pints 7, and $3.50 for half, or $4 for half pints.
okay, and I see that you you got some gift baskets too that you
Gift
put together?
baskets. We do maple cream, maple candy, molded candy,
Okay,
and
Looks like maple sugar?
Yeah, granulated sugar.
okay, and you make that here?
Yes, we make everything here.
Okay. And now and those packages look like they're professionally done? Is that something you do?
That's my wife.
Okay.
My wife is part of this business.
Okay, and who's your wife?
Tammy Passano.
Okay.
Bechard.
All right, Tammy
Yeah,
Passano,
oh yeah.
So now she
Oh.
set this up today, right?
Very well.
Okay, now where's Tammy?
She's at work.
Okay.
She set it up all right.
So she doesn't want to be on camera?
Oh, she has been.
Okay.
Don't worry.
All right. And Calvin, up there, I mean, if you probably already had it, the modern maple production, you already got that already, where it shows the late February into the early April. So on a typical season, does that mean where you're circled in red in April that the trees are done running at that point?
Usually, no, by mid-April, yes.
Okay. But when it's late like this, there's a tendency for it to carry on a little longer?
I'm hoping, because, no, like, the ground still froze well, so.
Now, you said a few years back that you had a worse season than this as far as the time.
Latings, yeah.
I should say, yeah.
Back in, I believe it was 2006, it started the 27th of March. That's when I first boiled.
Wow.
And it went to almost the 27th of April.
Okay.
So-
And were you able to still keep your production up?
Yeah,
Okay.
but it all came in a quick shot.
So
But
so
fine.
20-hour days came 24-hour days?
Yeah. No, that's when I was down there, or we started here. that
Right,
year.
okay.
Yep,
All right.
so,
And now, what do you, now, what are your hours here if people want to stop by to pick up some of your product?
they can call, and during the weekends, we're open,
Okay, now, if they were to call, what number would they call?
846-7498,
Okay, and so it's by appointment
or
during
my
the week?
cell phone, 572-9717.
Okay, and then the weekends, what are the hours?
If
It's
we're in
just-
here boiling, we're trying to stay open like 10 to 4 on weekends now,
Okay.
during the season.
Now, when the season's done, I mean, the season is done, there's still obviously a demand for the product, for maple syrup.
Yes.
Same type of thing, just call those
Call,
numbers?
yep.
Or on the weekend, are you
We-
still around on the weekends too?
Yes, yeah, and like I say, we carry the product all year long,
Okay.
so,
So, and then when normally does you run out of product?
in December.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much over with.
December into the beginning of January.
So I assume whatever you have approaching December, a lot of it goes out for Christmas gifts? I would assume?
Yes.
Okay. All right, now we go look at your machines in there?
Sure.
And look at that in detail?
Yes.
Okay.
Where do you store these barrels when they're full?
They go into the garage, and a lot of it will sell by bulk, too.
Okay.
Yeah, because we usually hold on to like 300 gallons for the year.
Now, when you sell it by bulk, do you sell this to whom?
We sell it to Parker's, which he buys for Bascom, out of New Hampshire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you guys kind of work together then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a family?
Try to help each other, yes.
Right, okay. So, I mean, you really aren't, I guess you're competitors, but you...
Yeah,
But,
but they've been in business, no.
right.
Everybody's got their own.
But, I mean, but there's enough demand for the product that's being produced that
Yes.
everybody's is okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, Marvin, you kind of talk about what we're looking at right here and what this is supposed to happen here?
Yeah. This is the sap extractor, which sucks the sap out of the woods in the main lines out there and the lateral lines. Comes into here, and once it gets full, then it pumps through this filter system, which this is a filter that it goes through.
Okay.
And then, of course, it goes in there. I
Right.
have two of them, so when one gets dirty, we switch them right out as it goes.
So you have a double filtered system.
Yeah.
Okay. And then once it filters through here, it goes to where now?
Then it'll go into a tank out back here. So,
Yep. Okay, Marvin, explain where we are now.
we're in this is a concentrate tank. When we go through the RO, we run it through twice. We bring it up to 8% the first time, then we'll pull it back out, and then we'll bring it up to 16%, and then it goes in a tank above the evaporator.
Okay, now at what point is it pumped out of here? When do you pump this out?
I usually pump it out when I'm done bringing my sap in
Okay,
for the daytime, from that tank through the RO into this tank.
okay. Now, of course, we saw the machine over there, but what about your land that you rent in moors and stuff? How does that work? How do you get it? Where's it pumped into there, and how do you get it over here?
I pump it into a tank on my pickup, and also I have a trailer as a tank, so I can haul 800 gallons at a time.
Okay, and then on the location, there's stainless steel tanks there
Yes,
too?
there's milk tanks up there.
So you have milk tanks?
Yes.
They go into the milk tank?
Mm-hmm.
You take it from the milk tank into your,
My trailer and my truck.
which have stainless steel tanks?
No, they're plastic tanks.
Okay.
Yeah,
but-
poly tanks.
All right, and then
Yeah.
from there, you bring it here,
Yeah.
and then you...
Then
okay.
we filter it. It goes through the filter into this tank. Like I was showing you the filter in there.
Right.
And it pumps into this one. Then we take it out of this tank, goes through the RO.
Okay.
Then once through the RO into this one.
Well, it's quite a process.
Yeah.
Now, how many gallons of syrup to make 1 gallon, or how many gallons does it make to make 1 gallon of syrup?
16% takes 5.375 gallons
Okay.
of concentrate to make
Right.
1 gallon of syrup.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And now, of course, we talked way back about the ice storm of '98.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the better flow as the years have gone by, as we've been removed from the ice storm, or have
No, I've seen better flows back then.
back then? So we still
Yeah.
have not recovered from that.
No, I mean, you do get some, but far few between.
But okay.
Yeah. So it's not the runs you used to get.
Okay. It's just,
No.
it is what it is.
Yes.
Okay.
So
All right. So okay. So now we'll move here. Now the next step from here is to.
with this tank, it'll run through the RO one more time.
Okay.
Should have moved in pipes, but I
There's a
can't.
sap right here? Pure
No,
sap?
that's permeated water, which comes from the RO. And what we use that for is to clean the reverse osmosis machines, the membranes out, and also for cleaning in the sugar house.
It's what kind of water?
Permeated water,
What's that?
What's that? What's it's
pure water that comes out of the RO.
Okay.
It's,
Yeah.
it's the water out of the sap.
Yes, it's the water you take from the sap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. A lot of water in this apple.
Oh yeah. Well, we're taking out roughly 75% of water,
Okay.
so it's gonna put it somewhere.
Now when we came in, this machine was running. You want to just start it so the folks can hear what it sounds like in here?
Sure. So now this is concentrating the sap to 16%.
Okay. Now, I mean, when you look at this, this is quite involved. How did you learn how to do this?
As I've been going.
It's ongoing. So, I mean,
Yeah.
do you go to conferences and stuff
Yes,
like
we
that?
do, and I go see other people's sugar houses. I got friends that do it too. So I go in there, look at theirs, and get ideas.
So, I mean, you just wanted to do it, and you just learned on your
Yeah.
own, basically.
And I wasn't a plumber. I'm still not a plumber.
You're a contractor,
Yeah.
but not a plumber. Okay.
No, I can plumb, but yeah,
I mean, it just looks very involved.
it is. I mean, there's lines that go every direction in here. But then, of course, the concentrated sap goes through a UV light,
Okay.
kills any bacteria that's in it. So before it goes in the tank on top.
I mean, so you get a gallon or a quart of maple syrup. It's as pure as can be.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Of course, when it comes out of the evaporator, it goes through a filter press, through 14 filter papers and everything else.
Now, you want to be able to show us how you bottle, where the process is where it bottles?
Sure.
Okay. Let's see what we've got.
That's not true.
All right, so we made it into the packaging room here, and while we're walking over, we're talking about, of course, in Moores and Ellenburg, Rand Hill. The temperatures are cooler there than they are
Definitely.
here.
Yes.
So I assume the sap isn't going to run as well as it is down here.
It'll get going down here usually before up in Champlain or Moores.
Now, you
without
were
doubt.
up early this morning up
Yeah.
in the areas. You said it was quite cold up there
It was
today.
13 degrees in Moores today,
And
around
what-
6:30.
Now, normal years, what would it normally be? Like in the 30s in the morning?
Or high 20s.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's April.
Right. Yeah. It should be warmer than what it is.
Yeah, I was surprised at 13.
So you have all this going on, but at the end of the day, this is where it all takes place as far as the packaging goes.
Right.
Okay. So how do you get it from there to here?
Carry it over with buckets.
So you do. Okay.
Oh yeah, and it goes through the filter press, of course. Then we just come over and dump it in, we put another filter paper on here just to make sure everything's clean
Okay.
as we do it. Then we gotta heat it to 180 degrees when you can it. You can't can below that because you want a good seal.
Okay.
So, when the temperature's right, you seal it tight,
Mm-hmm.
and then you lay it on its side so it seals right for about 5 minutes, and you can put them up right after.
So how long does it take you to fill like
That
a half gallon here?
maybe 25, 30 seconds.
Okay. And so every one of them had to go through this process.
Oh yes, everyone.
Okay.
That we do.
All right. So now, whose responsibility is to make a final?
I usually
Package
do
with
most of it.
You do.
Yeah.
Okay.
My wife does too. Family too.
Speaking of family, you got any family here today?
Yes, I have my sister here, Mona.
Mona. Now Marvin, Mona. I think all the siblings
All
had M's,
M's.
all M's,
Yeah.
right? Oh, Calvin is going to get
Michael.
Mona. And Mona, you can come over in here.
Yeah.
Now Mona is a California girl now,
Yes,
right?
she is.
For many, many years. Come on in here, Mona.
In the smallest room. Hi,
How are you doing?
I'm great, Chris.
Now, Chris, Joey.
Joey.
That's okay.
Chris.
That's okay. You haven't seen me in like 35 years. So you've been in California for many decades now, right?
About,
Since
40
what,
40 years.
75?
Okay. So,
76?
yeah.
and now how does Marvin get you from the nice, warm sun and temperatures of sunny California here?
Well, in my opinion, it's all about family.
Okay.
And that's really the bottom line.
Right.
And plus, I should tell you, he came out and built me a absolutely gorgeous home. So he gave me a year of his life. I can give him a couple weeks a year.
So you come up every year to help him out?
Yes.
Okay. About the same time every year?
Yes, I try to help him with the maple weekends.
Okay.
His poor wife and him work so hard, and I just like to help both of them out.
Sure. Now you're staying a little later this year because of the weather?
Yes, I was supposed to fly out this morning, and
Oh, it was this
I
morning? Okay.
decided to stay another week to
Okay.
help him out since it's going to hopefully start running. And then Melvin, another of the MCBs, will be coming in Wednesday to help us out.
So Melvin will be in here too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any more M's helping out here?
Yep, Martin.
He was
Oh,
here.
Yeah.
Martin was here too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And his wife, Sue.
Yeah,
Okay.
And of course, my wife's family too
Oh,
has
yeah.
helped us out in Maple Weekend. It's been a big help.
absolutely.
So does Michael take care of the computer end of the stuff?
No, no,
Your
no
wife.
computers. My wife does. My wife does.
She has two M's in her, Tammy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Exactly. That was good.
Yeah.
So now how many siblings starting with an M? You had a big
All
family.
10 of us.
There were 10.
With our parents, yeah.
Right.
8 kids.
8 kids and okay. Yeah, I know it was we had 6, so.
Yeah, you had a
You-
big family too.
Yeah, but you beat us.
Yeah. No, talk to my parents. They beat you.
All right, now anything else in here that goes on besides the packaging with the
Well-
syrup?
We
We
make,
do our maple cream in here too.
Okay.
I had pictures.
I'll get them for you.
Yeah. We can kind of show you what it looks like when it goes through the machine and when it comes out of the machine.
I'll give that to Calvin so you get a camera on that. Yeah. Vanna.
So it's 100% maple syrup, and it pretty much starts at a boiling of 240, I think, or
236.
yeah, and then it has to be cooled down to 90 degrees, and then before we put it into the creamer, it has to come down to 90 degrees, and when we pour it into there, it's like taffy-like. And thank God we have strong Marvin, because the girls have a difficult time pouring it in there. And if you look at this, it starts turning to cream. It has a
Goes through a
motor
gear.
in here. A gear, and it just keeps churning. It comes back up, runs all back down, comes back up. And Marvin, if you grab one of those little way over where the water bottle is, you'll see a little creamer
Yeah.
thing. So what it'll eventually do is turn into cream
Now, how long does that process take?
very quickly.
Oh, really?
About 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes.
Oh, so it's that quick?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And then what we have to do is start putting our containers under here, and you fill them. So we have them all lined up. We're ready to go. We just keep feeding, and someone caps them.
Now, a batch, how big or how many of these can you fill up from a batch?
You can fill, it makes roughly 14 pounds, so if you got, no, 6 1-pounders, then you can do, that gives you 16 little ones.
Okay.
You know? Yeah, so you have roughly 8 pounds left, and they're half-pounders.
And then like the maple candy and
Yeah,
stuff?
the machine right back here.
So that's this machine here.
Yeah. Oh, she's gonna grab a tray and a mold.
So these are all the molds over here. And how you run that, same thing, you have to boil it to
This goes up to roughly 246.
246, and then you take, so in the canner, we boil it to 246, and you take that, we usually do 2 gallons, and then you pour it into here, and then you lift this up. In the candy machine, this is done by another motor, and it churns it into here. And these slide on, we put them on these little trays because they slide very easy, because as soon as, this is just like everything else, you gotta go when the temperature's ready. So you just fill each little slot, one at a time, and then a couple of us help because someone has to keep going.
Yeah, keep
Then
it
we
going.
slide it so someone will feed, and usually Tammy does this.
That's her. Yeah, she
Yeah,
does the
it's her
job.
baby. Yep, she does so much. So then we'll let it sit for about half hour, an hour, and then you'll take the mold, and you have to push them out.
And they just pop out?
Yep.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, now is there a lot of, and so nothing that really sticks to the mold?
No, no.
No, they don't stick to the mold.
Okay.
The good thing with maple syrup, all it takes is hot, hot water. There's no soap ever involved.
Really?
To wash everything. Just hot water.
Yep.
Strictly.
Well, that's interesting
Yeah.
because you think with being sticky and stuff like that.
You'd contaminate the food, wouldn't want to do that.
Good point.
We like the purity.
Yeah, right.
There's no soap in Bechard's.
There's no soap in Bechard syrup.
No.
Or any other product.
Or any other product.
100% maple.
Okay, so we got the candy, we got the
Cream.
cream, we got the syrup. Is there anything else that you make?
Granulated sugar.
Oh yeah. Oh, how's that work? Did that happen here too?
Yes, I can show you out here.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. You gotta.
We're gonna. Okay, so Mona, you're gonna show us how the.
Yeah, so the maple sugar, if you were to look at this, it looks identical to a little canister of brown sugar, but this is 100% maple sugar, and it's heated to, I believe, 265 degrees, which is pretty hot. And unfortunately, Tammy's not here. She's the professional cook here for all of us. It goes into a commercial blender, and what you do, you just start running it through the blender, and the air starts hitting it, and you'll see it starts getting lighter and lighter and lighter. And once it pretty much gets light enough, we'll take 2 different baskets, and we have to keep sifting. You sift, sift, dump. Sift, sift, dump into another one. Sift, sift. You might get some chunks, so you take a wooden spoon and try to rub it down to get to the smaller granulars. But it's fantastic stuff. It's addicting. If you keep this on your table like salt, you'll be happy. But
Now, does any of this make it back to California?
always, always, always. I take every single thing. Oh yeah, and I bring a lot back. I give
Yeah.
a lot of my friends the
Oh, I'm sure they look
products.
forward to it.
Oh yeah, we don't have this, and if we do out there, it's twice the amount that it costs here in the North Country. I can guarantee you.
Really?
Oh yeah, our gallons will probably go for about $90 a gallon out there.
Wow. Marvin, why aren't you shipping out to California?
Then you got shipping costs, and then
well.
the companies have to make their money. No.
Well, that's very interesting.
Yes, so this is a hot commodity. She has a hard time keeping this in here. And then she sells, what's the pound boxes?
The granulated sugar.
Yeah, the 1 pound?
Almost 1 pound.
Yeah, so she makes extra containers. They're over here, so you can get those and fill your shaker anytime. You can use this on oatmeal, coffee, just ice cream. That's it. So these are the bigger
Right.
containers. You can see it gets pretty small in there.
Yeah, well, you were in there, Mona, saying that in California, it's like $90 a gallon for maple
That's where we
syrup.
need to sell syrup.
That's what I'm saying, Marvin, why don't you sell it to
I'm gonna
California?
load my trailer and go.
Now, of course, you know, Vermont's very big on, Vermont maple syrup, Vermont maple syrup. I assume it's no different than New York maple syrup.
No different. We got the same trees,
Yes.
Right.
just a different state.
They just market it differently. But I think New
Yes,
York's
they
doing
do.
a better
They do.
job marketing
Absolutely.
the maple syrup industry
Yes,
here.
New York's doing better, without a doubt.
Yeah, and actually, isn't New York a bigger producer than Vermont?
No.
It is not.
No.
Okay, I thought I
They're
read
about
somewhere.
18%, I think we're about 6 or 7%, or
That's
8%.
the right figures.
Okay.
Yeah.
But just so people are clear, Vermont maple syrup is no different
No
than New York maple
Absolutely
syrup.
not.
Not quite as good as New York syrup.
Well, no.
When you're making this kind of stuff, like the same Marvin's container there, if you didn't do this, how much syrup would you have made with that amount of a product right there?
We make, I want to say, it's like,
If you'd made maple syrup with that instead of,
right. Well, I'm trying to think how much she makes roughly about 8 pounds. And it takes 3/4 a gallon of syrup.
To make 8 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
The syrup is 11 pounds.
so it's more money in this. than-
Yes, there's more money in this than,
Okay,
yeah.
all right. Yeah, it's higher, well, yes, it makes more
But there's
sense.
more work too.
Well, yeah, absolutely, of
Yeah.
course, it's all relative.
Oh, yes,
Sure.
that's right.
I mean, it's all relative, but it's kind of neat what you have in your shop here. I mean, you got different size containers, you're offering different things at different price
Price
points.
range, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if people are watching this, you want to come down here, it's quite impressive walking in here. And there's something for everyone if you love maple syrup. There's,
Yes, there is.
And we have baskets too.
In Ingraham, just
I
take
should
that,
say Ingraham, yeah, it's West Shazy mailing address,
Right,
but it's
but it is-
Ingraham.
Ingraham,
And,
mostly everybody knows where it is.
Well, I mean, Marvin's been here so long, they call him the mayor of Ingraham
No,
now,
no,
so.
no, there's no mayor.
little baskets.
Yeah, the other product,
There's a couple here, there's one right here,
Got one there.
another one right here.
so we just try to put
There's
baskets
a little bit of
together
everything.
with a little apple orchard basket.
Mm-hmm.
And we just give a little product of everything. We have maple tea, we have maple coffee, we have pancake mix, that's unfortunately comes commercial, but everything else in
Maple
here
cream.
is made by the Bechards, the maple cream, the maple sugar, and the maple syrup, and the maple candy, which would be right here.
And then, of course, you have to buy your containers, you buy those locally, or where do you get those from?
From Sugar Hill, out of Massachusetts.
Okay,
Yeah.
but you get them obviously with your name and
Yes. Mm-hmm.
your brand on it.
Right, yeah. Has it all in there, it looks like the old sugar house. Where we started.
Right? Yeah.
That's what we did.
So I'm looking at right there.
And my wife was the one that did that. She surprised me with that one time.
That's a nice design.
Yeah, so
That's a really nice design.
turned out nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
Now, like a basket like that, what's the price point on that?
This one is $50. Because
Yeah,
it,
all different price
yeah.
ranges.
Yeah,
we
well, yeah.
have some that have smaller
38.
product,
33, you know. There's some over
smaller,
there.
smaller one over here,
You can make them to order then.
We can make them to order, yes.
17.
And we can send them out, of course.
Okay.
This one is 17. So they're all different, all depends what kind of product we put inside. We see families ship these out, their children might be in college, or unfortunately, we become a nomadic society, so families are moving out of state. And to keep the good North Country tradition, the parents are really good about shipping stuff out.
Nice. Calvin, anything you want to add here? This is, Marvin, I know that you were kind of a little nervous about doing this interview here today, but you did a wonderful job. And Mona, it was nice that you jumped in on here. But really, if you want some good maple syrup, you got to come check these guys out. And, you know, one of the reasons that we do this show, Talking Business, is, and especially you're kind of hid, you know, off the Sanger
Right.
Road in Ingraham, that people don't probably even know you're here.
Right.
And so it's good exposure. We're always promoting shop local, support local businesses, and you the money stays filtered in the community.
In the area,
And
definitely.
so, we're trying to do a big push for that. Calvin, this was Calvin's brainchild. Well, it's going 2.5 years now, I think.
Almost 2 years, almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Is it just the 2?
Yeah.
It wasn't 2 years this past fall? Well, okay, it'll be 2 years this fall, and, somewhere,
But it's great.
it's more than a year, more than a year and less than 3, let's put it that way.
And we thank you
So-
guys for that.
So it's in there. Well,
Oh, yeah.
and thank you for opening up your operation here.
That's not a problem.
To let the people of the North Country know what's
Yeah,
here.
Anybody's welcome anytime.
Okay, yeah, well, again, give those numbers again to call you.
Our home number is 846-7498, or my cell phone is 572-9717.
And on weekends, basically from 10 to 4,
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday.
When Maple's running.
When Maple's
Stop's
running.
running, yeah.
And then, I know you don't remember your domain name, but if you just Googled Bechard's Maple
Yep, or Sugar House.
Sugar House,
Yep.
it would come up, and you can order these beautiful gift baskets. And while we're talking small business, obviously Calvin is a small business, and if you enjoy this type of programming, give a donation if you can to Hometown Cable, 1477 Ridge Road in Champlain, New York, 12919, or you can go to hometowncablenetwork.com. Calvin will probably have this posted tonight, if not tomorrow, on the internet.
Okay.
And people can make a donation there at the PayPal account. And I say this on every show, Calvin is not supported by state funding or federal funding. It's strictly viewer supported and business supported. And this is what Calvin's been doing. I mean, I call Calvin a North Country treasure now. He's been doing this for over 30 years. It'll be 31 years in June, Calvin.
Wow.
So 31 years of capturing our heritage, who we are, businesses, the sporting events. I mean, he's generational now. I mean, he had me when I could actually play sports, and he's gone through my kids playing sports, and he's probably 3-4 generations now of kids he's seen them grow up, actually. So we have the North Country captured on digital right now, and he has thousands and thousands of programs on the internet with thousands of more going on. He's doing 10, 12 programs a week, additional, just nonstop. Sometimes I look at his schedule and I'm like, how do you do it all? He has to go back. He does his editing. He does everything. I mean, he's a one-man operation, well, to a degree. Judy helps out at times, and his kids will help out on some events. So we want to give them some credit too, obviously. But Calvin is a North Country a tradition that we have here, and I call him a North Country hero. And when we're long gone, our kids and their kids will look back and go, wow, look at this. So it doesn't come without a cost. There is a cost to put this together. And so if you can support Calvin, it is an appeal to support Hometown Cable. And I know he appreciates it very much. And I appreciate helping Calvin doing this. I just think it's neat to bring shows, businesses like yours, so people can see what's going on out there. But today is April 1st, and this is no April Fools. This is good maple syrup here. And it is a sunny day. It's getting warmer out. It's supposed to be hitting the 40s, and we can't wait for that and get these snowbanks out of here. It's been a long, hard winter here in the North Country, and we haven't seen this type of weather in a while. So we're all eagerly waiting for spring. And we hope you enjoyed this edition of Talkin' Business. I'm Joey Trombley. On the camera is Calvin Castine, Mona Bechard, Marvin Bechard, and we'll see you on the next edition of Talkin' Business.